Hey, make sure that you check out the Green Rush podcast, a very cool interview format show that we produce with the folks over at KCSA Communications. The Green Rush podcast features my friends Ann and Lewis, who pick different interesting people in the legal cannabis industry every week and talk to them about the interesting things they're doing. You can find the Green Rush podcast by searching iTunes or Stitcher for the term Green Rush and over at greenrushpodcast.net. This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our new sponsor, Curaleaf, one of the leading vertically integrated cannabis operators in the U.S., with a total of 34 dispensaries, 12 cultivation sites, and 9 processing facilities. Want to hear a super interesting stat? Curaleaf had just 3 dispensaries at the beginning of the year. Right now, they have 34. That's a remarkable achievement, and all the more so considering how well Curaleaf has managed that growth, building their own in-house Curaleaf brand into a trusted provider of medical cannabis to more than 100,000 registered patients. Curaleaf knows that with a footprint as large as theirs, they have a responsibility to make sure their patient customers are educated about all the different things they need to know about medical marijuana and the best way to utilize it. That's why they invest so many resources back into their educational and research and development programs. You can swing over to cureleaf.com to read more about this fast-growing cannabis leader and to see where the closest Curaleaf dispensary is to you, because there's no better way to experience the Curaleaf difference than to make a visit to their shops yourself. That's cureleaf.com, which is spelled Curaleaf. Cureleaf.com. Thanks to everyone at Curaleaf for supporting today's news. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Thursday, December 13th, 2018, and you're tuned in to episode 628 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. We start the day off in New Jersey, where yesterday top state lawmakers confirmed that the chances are pretty low that legal adult use marijuana legislation would be pushed through by the end of the year. NJ.com is reporting that State Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin and State Senate President Stephen Sweeney both said that the gulf on the issue between legislators and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy was just a little too wide to make it possible to pass adult use legislation in the few remaining days left in the 2018 season. There's a meeting scheduled for today between the governor and key lawmakers, so we could return to this one with a different update. But for now, it looks like 2018 will not be the year the Garden State flips over to legal adult use. Swing over for the full read on this one. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel gave a speech yesterday in which he called for his city to use any revenues generated from the eventual legalization of adult use marijuana to bolster Chicago's pension fund. I think Tom Angel, who has a good piece over at Forbes, has the right insightful angle on this, with the major significance of Mayor Emanuel's speech being the focus on the cold, hard fiscal realities of budgeting. Mayor Emanuel touched a bit on his concerns about the purported negative effects of adult use legalization, but mostly focused on how good it would be for Chicago taxpayers by freeing them up from having to shore up the city's pension fund. It's hard to argue with millions and billions of dollars of new funding. I'd give this one a read as well. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. With the storyline that just won't resolve, we have Kyle Yeager over at Marijuana Moment with a return to the 2018 Farm Bill, which, if you've been listening to the show recently, you know as the quickly moving piece of legislation that will be finally legalizing industrial hemp. The large Farm Bill was first passed out of the House and Senate, with only the Senate version containing the hemp legalization provision, so a conference committee had to hammer out a compromise bill, which then had to pop over to the U.S. House of Representatives for a quick vote yesterday. As Kyle's Marijuana Moment story from yesterday has it, that vote happened and the Farm Bill passed 369 to 47. After a swing through the White House for President Individual 1 to Sharpie his signature on, the measure will be official, and as of January 1st, industrial hemp will be legal in the United States. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out on headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Curaleaf, one of the leading vertically integrated cannabis operators in the U.S., with a total of 34 dispensaries, 12 cultivation sites, and 9 processing facilities. Curaleaf wants you to live life well, which is why they've developed their popular in-house Curaleaf brand, which has a wide variety of medical cannabis products designed to meet the needs of their patient customers. Since Curaleaf operates in states where vertical integration is mandated, they've had the chance to really hone in on perfecting their products and the retail experience. Open up Curaleaf.com to get a sense of all the right things that Curaleaf does. That's Curaleaf.com, which is spelled Curaleaf, Curaleaf.com. While you're over there, you can also jump in and learn more about Curaleaf hemp products, all made using hemp-derived CBD, as well as their craft cannabis Yuku line. If you're not familiar with Curaleaf right now, you really need to be. One more time, just open up Curaleaf.com. Big thanks to all the good folks over at Curaleaf, and there are a lot of them, for helping make today's headlines happen. All right, time for the Blitz. We have some good news out of Vermont, where state police have decided that spending money to fly their officers around the state in helicopters to spot marijuana plants being grown outside is a stupid waste of money. Instead, the Vermont State Police will divert the resources that they had been wasting buzzing around the state to fighting an actual healthcare problem, the misuse of opioid drugs. On Tuesday, Bruce Linton, CEO of Canada's Canopy Growth Corporation, said that he expects to see his company take a position in U.S. marijuana markets by the end of next year. Linton was speaking at an event in New York City and was quoted by an analyst over at Cowen. This is significant because Canopy Growth has a few $billion in the bank right now, a few $billion that it is expected to invest in the growth of its canopy, if you will. This is one of those storylines that you really just need to get ready for. The Canopy Growth money is coming. Ohio just gave the green light to its first medical marijuana dispensary to open up. Cresco Labs' CY Plus dispensary is the first in the state to get the final sign-off on opening, though it can't actually fully do so until the state gets around to certifying testing companies. And then, of course, a crop has to be fully harvested and processed. Connecticut is expanding the number of licensed dispensaries in its medical marijuana program, approving 9 new winners from a total of 73 applicants. Right now, there are just 9 dispensaries open in Connecticut, so the new additions should significantly expand patient access. Swing over to Marijuana Business Daily for the list of winners and towns and cities in which they will be located. LeafLink, an online B2B wholesale marketplace, just released its 2018 wholesale cannabis pricing guide, which you can download for yourself off their website for just the cost of typing in a name and email address. According to the reports, the 2 most expensive states for legal wholesale cannabis in 2018 were Alaska and Maryland. Open up William Sumner's rundown on this over at Green Market Report for more details and for a link to LeafLink's original numbers, which are definitely worth the time to grab. Tom Angel has another headline on the list today with a pickup of a bill filed yesterday in the U.S. Congress by Oregon Representative Earl Blumenauer that would remove the penalties being handed out at the U.S. border to non-U.S. citizens for having used marijuana in their home countries, even when it's legal, as is the case with Canada right now. We've tracked this storyline for as long as it's been a storyline, with last month seeing a number of Canadian marijuana investors being turned away from traveling to the Marijuana Business Daily Conference in Las Vegas, with one even being given a lifetime ban from coming back. Representative Blumenauer's MAPLE Act, short for Maintaining Appropriate Protections for Legal Entry, is being introduced a little late this year to be fully considered, so we'll have to wait till the new year turns over to track its progress. And finally for today, Kyle Yeager helps bring in a solid day for Marijuana Moment with his story about the popularity of the term CBD gummies on the list of the most searched for food terms on Google's search engine for 2018. CBD gummies came in behind the terms romaine lettuce, which was related to the recent E. coli outbreak, and unicorn cake, which is exactly what it sounds like, a cake in the shape of a unicorn. Given the top 3 most searched for food items and the inadvisability of selling tainted lettuce, it might be smart to think about selling CBD-infused unicorn cakes in 2019. Just looking at the trend lines here, Kyle's story is worth a full dive in. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Curaleaf, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in, starting your day with Marijuana Today.
One take, Shay. One take.